A billionaire, a K-pop star, an actress, and a group of artists board a spaceship and circle the moon. There is no conclusion here. This is the Dear Moon mission, a SpaceX Starship voyage that will transport artist astronauts to our lunar neighbor. Stay with us till the end to know more about this crazy moon trip. Hello, and welcome back to IONOS 6, where we discuss innovation, construction, and future civilization. In today's video, we'll talk about a crazy mission that's taking artists around the world on a trip around the moon. Let's have a look at the Dear Moon mission and its participants. So, without wasting time, let's get started. While prototypes are still being tested, SpaceX has been planning for a Starship for numerous missions, including the Dear Moon mission, which is sponsored by a Japanese millionaire. This might be the first free moon expedition carrying civilians on a day-long circle around the moon. Yusaku MAEZAWA, a Japanese billionaire, is funding SpaceX's Dear Moon project. The expedition will use SpaceX's spaceship to conduct a private space voyage around the moon in a single circular route. MAEZAWA and a few other artists will be among the passengers, which we will reveal later in the video. The Dear Moon team was disclosed a few months back by MAEZAWA, this mission's financial backer. Dear Moon is SpaceX's first private lunar mission and was announced in 2018. At the time, the plan was to send an artist group into space to do works based on their experiences. The Dear Moon mission will carry those 8 artists for about 6 days as it loops around the Earth's natural satellites. The project was originally intended to attract artists from all around the world. Despite the fact that the requirements for artists were revised, MAEZAWA maintained it accessible to virtually anyone around the world who wanted to share the experience. The Japanese billionaire said, "I began to think that maybe every single person who is doing something creative could be called an artist." Still, there are basically 2 conditions for the civilian passengers, the millionaire said. "Whatever activity you're into, by going to space, I hope that you may push its envelope to serve other people and broader society in some way." He further gave the second criteria as you have to be willing and able to support other crew members who share similar aspirations. MAEZAWA issued an open appeal for spaceflight hopefuls in 2021 and stated he got over 1 million replies, so it's expected that narrowing those up to 8 members of the crew plus 2 backups took some time. MAEZAWA is the founder of ZOZOTOWN, the biggest e-commerce fashion retailer in Japan. He will operate as the crew's leader. The trip to and from the moon will take a week. In 2018, MAEZAWA purchased all of the seats on Starship. His goal is to provide talented individuals with the chance to fly to the moon. In March 2021, he revealed his intention to select 8 crew members worldwide. MAEZAWA chose the Dear Moon crew members from a pool of 1 million applicants. Through his Twitter account, he confirmed the crew members. The first member is Steve Aoki. He's a DJ as well as a record producer from the United States. His studio albums have charted on Billboard. In 2013, he was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Dance and Electronic Album. Aoki said, "I've wanted to go to the moon since I was a small child. Every day, it becomes more real." Choi Sung-young will be alongside too. He's a South Korean rapper, composer, singer, and actor who began his career as an underground rapper before signing with YG Entertainment. In 2006, he made his debut as the primary rapper for the South Korean boy band Big Bang, which went on to become one of Asia's best-selling groups and one of the world's best-selling boy bands. Sung-young made his feature debut in 2010 with 71 Into the Fire, which earned him several awards, including Best New Actor at the 2010 Blue Dragon Film Awards and the 2011 Baksang Arts Awards. He received the Busan International Film Festival's New Asian Actor of the Year Award for his performance in the 2013 South Korean action drama film Commitment. Yemi also joins the mission. Yemi AD is a sketch choreographer who has collaborated with Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. Yemi created the JAD dance company in Prague, Czech Republic in 1999. Ye, then known as Kanye West, hired Yemi in 2010 to choreograph a sequence in the former's musical short film Runaway. Next companion is RHIANNON, an Irish photographer whose work is largely influenced by her nomadic upbringing spent at sea with her parents, sailing across the world. Her work focuses on complicated themes about climate change, outsider cultures, social injustice, and power abuse. Next comes Tim Dodd, an American YouTuber best known for his Everyday Astronaut channel. Everyday Astronaut began as an Instagram art project in 2014. As part of a viral photo series, he posed in a Russian high-altitude flying suit, which heightened his enthusiasm for spaceflight. Dodd started his YouTube account in 2017 to spread the word about spaceflight and decided to devote his full time to the platform. Everyday Astronaut now has over 1,355,000 subscribers. Major space launch events like those of SpaceX and NASA are routinely televised on the channel. Dodd's character has more importance in this story. You'll find out in the later half of this video. Now joins them Kareem Alaya, an Icelandic and Hawaiian-based photographer, filmmaker, and whale swimming guide who grew up in the Middle East and Asia. According to his financial website, he uses photography and video to provide a distinct view of fascinating areas, while also discovering new underwater worlds. He mostly documents whales, birds, and other threatened species as part of an effort to fight for the preservation of Earth's sensitive ecosystems. Brendan Hall is a documentary filmmaker that presents natural history series. He's gone on various unusual excursions, like following a distant medical trip through the Amazon rainforest and scientists excavating woolly mammoth bones in Siberia. He's now on his trip to the moon. Hall began his career as a development assistant at the National Geographic Channel and has since traveled the world's leading projects for National Geographic, Google, the Nature Conservancy, and Adobe. Hall has also contributed cinematography to feature-length documentaries such as Apple TV's Red Heaven and PBS's Bill Nye the Science Guy, according to his official website. Dev Joshi is an Indian television actor best known for his role as Balveer in the drama of the same name. He'll be the first Indian to travel to the moon and the youngest member of the Dear Moon project's crew. KAITLYN FARRINGTON, a backup crew member, is an American former professional snowboarder who won gold in the women's halfpipe category at the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia. She won gold in the European Winter X Games in 2010. Lastly on the crew is Miyu, another Dear Moon backing crew member who is also a Japanese dancer. They are all awesome people. MAEZAWA said they all have nice smiles. There isn't a specific mission for each of the crew, but really hope that every crew member recognizes the responsibilities that comes with leaving Earth, traveling around the moon, and returning in less than a week. But this wasn't smooth all the way. Since the March 2021 submission deadline, the selection procedure was shrouded in secrecy. According to a press release, the project received over 1 million applications from 249 countries and regions throughout the world. The initiative did not release updates on the selection process last year, much to the disappointment of numerous candidates who publicly complained about a lack of contact. The project did not respond to a request for comment on the mission's status in October when SpaceX announced a second circumlunar Starship journey with Dennis Tito, the first private astronaut to visit the International Space Station, and his wife. Around this time came one more battle for this mission. Dodd, whose YouTube channel Everyday Astronaut has over 1 million subscribers, stated in a video that he went through a handful of interviews and a thorough medical check, followed by an in-person meeting with other contenders for the trip. Then there was one more interview, but it was just a phone call informing him that he had been chosen to be part of the crew. Dodd stated that he was briefed quite some time ago. According to footage in his video, he was present for MAEZAWA's launch to the ISS on Soyuz space tourism trip 1 year ago, along with at least some of the other persons chosen for the Dear Moon flight. MAEZAWA didn't say why he announced the crew now, other than it was the 1-year anniversary of his Soyuz launch. He tweeted on December 4th that he would make the news on the anniversary following an online meeting with Elon Musk, the creator and CEO of SpaceX. Still, it was unclear whether MAEZAWA needed Musk's agreement to make the announcement. He also did not say when the mission would be launched. When MAEZAWA and Musk first announced the flight in September 2018, they anticipated it would occur in 2023. While a schedule and documents revealing the crew indicated a launch in 2023, this is implausible given that Starship has yet to attempt its first orbital launch. Dennis Tito projected hundreds of Starship flights before his own in an October press conference announcing his own circumlunar Starship voyage. This is not going to happen in the short term, he stated, but he did not say when he expected his mission to fly. On the other side, Artie Matthews, SpaceX director of Starship crew and cargo programs, said, "We are confident that by the time we fly this mission, we will have this vehicle fully tested and ready to go," adding that commercial flights like the Dear Moon and Tito's mission would be pretty independent of SpaceX's work on a lunar lander version of Starship for NASA's Artemis lunar exploration campaign. NASA has awarded SpaceX more than $4 billion in contracts to develop lunar lander versions of Starships for flights as early as 2025. Dodd apologized in the video for having to be unclear on matters such as the timing for the Dear Moon as well as other mission goals. At the end, he said, "There are some things I just won't be able to talk about. If Dear Moon is successful, it will be a totally different kind of space expedition in which a group of great artists will be able to see their cosmos in a new and fantastic way. This expedition promises to be significant, since the Starship will travel past the moon and then loop around it before returning to Earth. Musk Musk stated that he's optimistic that the spaceship will have entered orbit numerous times before 2023 and will be safe enough for human transportation by the time the mission is ready to fly. That's it for today. Hope you liked the video. Share it if you did. Like and comment on the video that you want to see next on our channel, and subscribe to see our future videos. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep watching.